that's on the tops where I'm going to be this year with the clients.
Yeah, she throws the best parties in town, guys. You know, this lady has been here 30 years.
Almost.
She's absolutely the best tour guide here.
So, Tom, where are we now?
We are at one of the most critical points of the most famous Grand Prix of them all, the most difficult, entering the tunnel here. Behind us was the Ayrton Senna incident of '88. You can look that up. The two Alpines of Gasly and Ocon impact. Above our heads, we've got rubber. Believe it or not, if you look up closely, you can see the rubber from the Formula One cars is actually stuck to the ceiling. This turn is blind. We cannot see through it. And at the end, at 3 o'clock, around the third week of May, this will be blinding light at the exit. Not only is it blind in terms of light, but as you can see, the corner disappears. Beautiful Lamborghini on the left, and that represents the fastest point of the circuit, the speed trap. Hard on the right here, you can see the rubber on the right means the guys are really over to the right to attack there, the left, and that is the Nouvelle chicane. We are traveling now down the escape road. You can see it has a special surface. If you lose control at the wild speeds of over 300 kilometers, this special surface will slow you down more than the racing surface.
But one important thing here, and the boats, they go farther, something like 50 meters, to avoid pieces of cars in case of accident. So where are you now? We now, Tom? Look at this.
We are at the Tabac. We would be approaching this from the right-hand side and swinging exactly where the man in brown is crossing the road. That would be fourth gear, and it would be at least 120 miles an hour, something like nearly 200 kilometers.
Whoa.
As we go out to this gentleman walking on the right, we swing hard left through one of the best chicanes anywhere in Formula One. This is the famous piscine or swimming pool Louis Chiron fast chicane.
Tom, can you do me a favor?
Anything.
Can you please do a zoom at your apartment point of view on the race?
Oh, guys, that is our view of the track, of the piscine area, right up there. Okay.
We can see the flag on your balcony.
We can see.
Yeah.
There it is, floor number 7, the Monaco inside track. We'd be very happy to welcome you when you want to come and see one of the best races from the best vantage point. If you do buy a blue seat here, guys, this is one of the most expensive because you've got this 145 miles an hour. Hey, quick, you recognize that diver, the statue of the diver as we come to slow chicane? That is what our famous driver, Daniel Ricciardo, that's what he copied when he did for a joke. He jumped in the Red Bull pool. Now this is slow chicane. It is slow chicane for a reason. It's been put into the track just because the cars were coming so fast, they needed to slow them down by adding these very tricky turns that we call chicanes.
Can you tell me about the parties going on exactly here where we are, the night before the race, Tom?
Well, this is a really good thing to talk about. This part of the track, like many things in Monaco, is so unique. This area is absolutely full of party goers when they open the track at about 9 o'clock in the night, right through until 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning when they close the track. This, like so many elements in Monaco, would never be allowed anywhere else. But Monaco, just like me and Susanna, kind of breaks the rules.
Well, when I was on my 20s, I remember
More stories.
I remember that we must take off our cars from the racetrack before 6 in the morning. And most of the time I was completely drunk the night before the race, so I must get my car by the police at all the time. Anyway, we just passed to the grandstanding here on the left, which is the K, I believe. And it's a very good point of view to sit to watch the race because you are right in front of the pit stop where they change the wheel of the car.
You can tell Susanna is the luxury guide and I'm the Formula One guide. This is stand T1, the most expensive. And you might be able to see right there, those are the commentary booths. So wherever you're listening in the world, in any language, that is where your commentators are going to be viewing from. Because this is the high action area. Okay, So this is where they can also see into the pits above us.
And right now we are by the Arrascas, is that right?
The Rascas Bar. So famous. And when you look where these guys are crossing the street, just beyond this round windows on the right, let me show you clearer. This is the closest place in the world you can drink champagne and look down onto the circuit, the black tarmac asphalt surface, the beautiful Bugatti, $10 million.
Oh,
looking down onto the track, $10 million. Only in Monaco you get things like this. The track itself will go to the left to the bus stop, around Fanjo, and then up.
Yeah,
I think Susanna is taking us into the pits here. This is the entry for the pits, Susanna.
No, I want you to tell us a little bit about Fancho, the Argentina guy.
Well, you speak Spanish, go ahead.
Well, Fancho fue uno de los mejores pilotos, era la Ayrton de la Argentina. Este año hace 75 años de su primera victoria en Mónaco. This year is going to be 75 years of his first victory in Monaco.
Fanjo really was a special driver, and he taught modern drivers a lot. Not just speed, not just mechanical prowess, and he used to drive rally cars, Panamericana, all of these crazy races that takes so much skill and engineering, but also he was one of the most gentleman drivers. Okay, so he treated all of the team and all of the fans with such respect. This is really his standout, and something that even people like Lewis Hamilton and Michael Schumacher, they copied so they could really succeed, because to have the best team and the closest people working together is the most important thing.
Tom, so now we are on the starting line, where everything is starting, where everything starts to happen, and of course we're gonna turn the phone because I want to show you Tom's balcony, exactly where we are.
And here we are. She's given me a nice trip home, so I have to do some commentary here. Imagine watching the race from above positions 9 through to 19, right there at the Monaco inside track. Cars in front of us now, guys, are going to be doing 295 kilometers per hour. Can you imagine, on the narrowest streets with the trees right there, almost in the track? Okay. Absolutely amazing. Go ahead, Suzanne.
They start preparing the grandstandings. The Monaco country becomes a racetrack 3 months before the race. Is that right, Tom? Takes about 3 months for everything to be ready?
Absolutely. In total, we're talking about 6 months of preparation as we reach turn 1. The police are at the runoff area right there looking for bad boys speeding. The Formula One cars will be even badder. They will be doing 100 miles an hour in this turn, building up to about 180 at the top of the world famous casino in front of us. The turn is actually called Massenet, but hey, who cares? It's all about the casino, one of the most famous places definitely in racing. Can you imagine racing 200 kilometers around the town square? For you Brazilian guys on the left, this is the Barrichello drain. So just on the left where the Porsche passed, Barrichello picked up a drain right here, punctured the car, and it's a very funny video. He was not hurt, thank God. There is the drain.
Tom, can you please tell me, I remember when I did the tour with you, how hard is this part where we are for the pilots, because they can't see what is in front of them?
Well, guys, we're standing quite tall in the Mercedes van here, but as you can see, the drivers there where the people are crossing, they will only see the sky. That is it. They won't see any detail of the track, and that is why the policeman there, he's actually there to discourage anybody speeding in this zone.
Can you show please the mark of the
marks
brakes?
are only on the left, guys. They're only on the left because the turn is completely off camber, and on the left, the inner track of the car is scrambling for grip. The shops here, guys, have no fences, no protection, only the low-level barrier. It's crazy.
And for those who have been with me in the previous Grand Prix, this is one of the terraces to watch the race that I offer every year. This is the terrace of the Hotel de Paris. So we have this all beautiful land here, beautiful space to watch the race.
That's the Bar Americain, guys, so really special. The turn is named after that gentleman that represents the Opera House. That is Monsieur Massenet, the composer. We enter the classic, I mean beyond classic. This is the casino at Monaco. The racing line will be through that G-Wagon, through the Mercedes and to the left. We're not allowed there today, but believe it or not, if you come to Monaco during Formula One, you will be able to race the track proper over to the left. You may remember that's where Carlos Sainz ended up with his puncture in 2024.
A funny thing to say is the roads, they're going to be closed on the daytime when the guy's going to be training or racing. But in the afternoon, about 6 o'clock, the roads are completely free and we can drive like any other day, you know, and that makes it very special for the tourists to drive on the racetrack during the Grand Prix weekend. Is that right, Tom?
This is the only place you can do such special things. Monaco, I know it has a reputation for being really expensive and really posh, but actually for regular people like you and me, it's still an awesome place to come. This is the only place in Formula One where it is an invisible chicane. There is nothing to avoid. There is no curb, there is no building. It's just purely the fact that Monaco is so up and down like a roller coaster.
Tom, let me interrupt you for 1 second. People ask me from my apartment if I can see the racetrack. I do. This is point exactly where we are. Tom, can you do a zoom on my building? So beside the blue tower, it's exactly where I live on the 25th floor, and I can see where we are. So I can see 1 second of the racetrack. And here's where we just did the video, the two of us.
Yeah, take a look at our videos all about the Fairmont hairpin. I mean, just beyond famous, I think.
And that's on the tops where I'm going to be this year with the clients.
Yeah, she throws the best parties in town, guys. You know, this lady has been here 30 years.
Almost.
She's absolutely the best tour guide here. I cannot tell you. The other guys, they don't even get bookings when she's around. I tell you, when she goes on holiday, it's like, thank God Susanna's gone on holiday. We can actually get some bookings.
He's exaggerating, but everything what we just did by car, Tom does it with you by foot. So people, if you are in a good health, if you have not walking problem, just book your tour with the Tom and you're going to have much more explanation than what you had now on the car. How long is the tour by foot, Tom?
Yeah, guys, so just a really quick lap for you in the car, but we spend 2.5 hours, 2 to 2.5 hours, and we do every detail of the track. We do history, we do some of the sights of Monaco, but it really is all about, I'm biased, I think it's the best track, but really when I first came to Monaco, I didn't believe that. But studying every inch of this track every day, like the world famous tunnel, my first memory of Monaco, definitely, I'm enchanted with the place. Every day I'm happy to work here, so why not come along? Okay, we are called the Monaco Inside Track, just Google us. As I said earlier, we have over 750 really nice reviews, and we're so passionate.
And the tunnel where we are in our daily life, in the evening, there is always police here in the end of the tunnel in front of the yacht club, because the tourists, they get few drinks and they get excited about be driving in the tunnel.
So don't do it.
No, but you agree with me? So
Absolutely.
There is some acceleration. Unfortunately, there is some mortal accidents. But yeah, so there is always police checking out. Don't do it. Don't get overexcited about your drinks just because you are in the Monaco racetrack.
I always say that Monaco is fantastic if you're 40 and you've got kids, but if you're 14, it's a little bit difficult because the police are everywhere.
Anyway, thank you for all of you to watching us. It was a pleasure to share the race track with you. And we wait for you to see you on our next video.
We look forward to seeing you again. There's lots more to come. Thank you.